Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Prime.
And a big thanks to T and the rest of the management and staff here at Toyota of Tampa Bay for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for T.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the RAV4 Prime has been a plug-in hybrid version of the Toyota RAV4 since 2021. Sitting in the top of the lineup not only in features and price point, but also performance, cranking out 302 combined horsepower and 270 to 300 pound-feet of torque, doing 60 in the mid 5-second range. Car and Driver tested it at 5.6. The Prime also achieved 42 miles of pure electric range and 2.5 hours of charge time with a 240 volt charge port. With a $44,000 base price, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, with this white metallic paint color, this black headlight housing looks really premium. LED daytime running light, LED projector for the high and low beam. I like the bronze contrast with this black grille, blue outline for the Toyota logo up front to symbolize that this is a hybrid RAV4. We still get a ton of airflow though for the radiator up front. No intercooler because this RAV4 Prime does not get a turbocharger. I like the black cutouts in the corners, but they're not functional airflow. I kind of wish they were functional, but not a big deal. It still helps with the aggressive styling. Take a quick look at the wheel and tire setup. You get 18-inch rims. They're black and silver contrasted, wrapped in Dunlop Grand Trek PT20 all-season tires. Dimensions being 225/60 R18. So the 60 series sidewall should help the ride quality tremendously. And we'll see if these 225 wide tires are enough to put the power to the ground, because this is a really powerful SUV. But with the all-wheel drive system, it should be just fine. We get some black trim for the wheel well area, same with the rocker panel side skirt, two-tone contrasted mirror with an LED turn signal on it, plug-in hybrid logo in the upper right fender area, white and black contrast mirror if we didn't mention. We get blind spot monitoring on the glass, black trim for the bottom part of the window trim, a little bit of shiny chrome up top, black roof rail, sunroof too, smart access for the driver and a front passenger. We get an all-wheel drive letter on the lower right part of the door, the rear door, the rear wheel and tire setup, same thing as up front. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. Same black trim for the wheel well area. The black trim continues for the rear bumper area, where you get black taillight housing, full LEDs for the brake light, reverse light. The turn signal, however, is a halogen. RAV4 Prime, the lower left corner, the 4 is blacked out. The Prime has red contrast. The Toyota logo, as we mentioned up front, has a blue contrast to symbolize that this is a hybrid, and it's an SE, not the XSE. So not quite as loaded as it potentially could be. You don't get a push-to-open gas cap on the driver's side. The charge port on the passenger side is a push-to-open, however. And as we mentioned, 2.5 hour charge time with 240 volt and about a 12-hour charge time with a 120. All right, guys, hopefully you can pause and take a look at all the standard features. It comes loaded on the 2024 RAV4 Prime SE all-wheel drive SUV. All the features, 45.3 after a couple options. After destination, we're looking at $47,732 before any added dealer accessories or whatnot. 94 combined city and highway MPGe. 4.5 hours at 240 volt. Interesting, when I looked it up, it said 2.5 hours. I guess that's with an upgraded fast charging system and an all-electric range of 42 miles. Awesome. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 2.5-liter hybrid setup sold by Toyota for the 2024 RAV4 Prime, cranking out a combined 302 horsepower and about 270 to 300 pound-feet of torque. You can expect this all-wheel drive plug-in hybrid SUV to get to 60 in the mid 5-second range, which is absolutely no joke considering the price point. But what you see is basically what we get: the charge port on the right side with our motor. On the left, we can shut this hood right down. It's not very heavy at all, helping us keep this curb weight down to not only compete with hybrid SUVs, but also non-hybrids in the compact segment as well. As far as the interior, we mentioned we get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Up top, but just hard plastic. Same thing for the center, but we get a gushy soft armrest, 4-window auto one-touch, aluminum door handle, a grab handle, and decent storage. Down below, you'll fit a foot long, probably stack 2 on top of each other. We get one of our speakers in the lower right corner. The seats are just cloth, but they're well bolstered with red contrast stitching and full electric adjustments. You get 2-way lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats electrically. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine/battery start-stop. and everything fires right to life. But overall, guys, compared to a non-prime RAV4, really not a whole lot changes in here. We get the leather wrapped steering wheel, red contrast stitching. The red contrast is prime specific. Soft touch dashboard. On the left side, we have our infotainment adjustments, volume and skip, voice commands, hang up and answer your phone calls. And on the right side, radar cruise control, lane keep assist, and you can skip your songs as well. Up top, we can adjust this infotainment between our advanced safety feature screen, compass, distance to empty, fuel economy, eco zone, total time driving, distance to empty, and right back to where we started. No messages, our advanced safety features, trip computer as well, with a power distribution, charge ratio, and tire pressure. And you can see what songs currently playing. My personal favorite would be the distance to empty screen. On the left side, power to charge ratio. On the right side, fuel level. On the bottom, we have our battery percentage. Red contrasted stitched leather for the center part of this dashboard. We get our 8-inch touchscreen. Toyota requires us to put all of our information in. I'm not going to do that, so it's going to be tough for me to demonstrate this infotainment system. But you guys can go on YouTube, check out a whole bunch of tutorials with this system. It's definitely top notch. It's just for the potential owner of this SUV, I wouldn't want to put all my information in it. We get dual zone automatic front climate control, heated, no ventilated seats, traction control, all of our vent adjustments with hard buttons, USB-A port, no wireless phone charging pad, but it is available as an option. We get a parking brake with brake hold, EV mode, auto EV with hybrid EV, eco to sport with normal mode with a push of a button, and trail mode, also a cool feature. The gear selector controlling our eCVT transmission. We can check out the back of the camera. It is a super high resolution, better than almost every Toyota that I've reviewed in this channel, with guidance lines and trajectory, which you can turn off. Throwing it back in the park, we return right back to our home screen. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles, no problem, possibly 32s. Just hard plastic for your knee will often hit. The armrest is injection molded plastic. It's pretty soft. You'll fit 6 to 8 12-ounce cans or bottles because it's pretty deep. You get 2 USB-C ports in there too. The glove box, we get 2 tiers. You'll fit like 5 or 6 pairs of socks up top, and inside it is damped. You'll fit probably 2 pairs of shoes if you're under a size 10. If you're over a size 10, probably just 3 shoes. I'm not sure if you'll be able to fit a 4th, but pretty spacious. No frameless or auto dimming rear view mirror. You got to pull this flappy thing to dim it. The interior lights are LED. Cool. Sunroof, we can open it up. You can also tilt it, but to open it, just click a button. Shade opens up with it, but it doesn't close with it. You gotta close it manually, see if it goes out any further. It does. So well into the second row, we can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 87 degrees according to this RAV4 Prime. Shutting this sunroof right up, leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat of this 2024 RAV4 Prime. If we didn't mention, we get our tilt and telescoping steering wheel, trunk release, heated steering wheel, heated windshield, auto high beams, interior brightness, fuel cap release, and our hood latch release, and hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. We'll take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So since we had hard plastic up front, same thing out rear, but we still get that soft armrest. Heated second row seats, that's an appreciated feature. Auto one touch window, you'll fit a big gulp in that storage compartment. You'll stack 2 6-inch subs. We'll pop open the seat belts, the rear seats. The padding does not go out to the door frame, but decent bolstering for a back seat. Decent legroom too, a little bit over 6 feet tall. Let's see how much space I get back here. So about 4 inches of knee room, headroom, about 3 inches of headroom. If you're under 6'5", 6'6", you'll sit comfortably in the back of a RAV4 with no problem. That's not something you were able to say in the past. And these seats also recline. This is the full reclined setting. That's why I have so much headroom. The interior light back here is also LED. We get 2 air vents, and we get 2 USB-C ports. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Map pockets behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver. The grab handle gets a hook on both sides, and that's about it for the second row, this 2024 RAV4 Prime. Let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2024 RAV4 Prime out for a drive. We can open up this liftgate. Unfortunately, the electric function doesn't seem to be turned on. I'll let the dealership know because it does have an electric tailgate. It's just, as you see, it does not open or close electrically, but it will when this vehicle gets purchased. And as you see, this is a really spacious SUV. Considering it's a plug-in hybrid, this is one of the lowest floors I've seen in the business, at a little over 6 feet tall. My knee is literally at the same exact height as the trunk. So if you have older or smaller pets, they shouldn't have any issue hopping back here with plenty of headroom to go along with it. And even though it's a hybrid, we still get a spare tire with a little bit of storage underneath. Really impressive. You fold the rear seats down 60-40 split, I'd expect you to fit a 65 to 70 inch TV back here. Really impressive amount of space. Again, for some reason the electric function is not working on this liftgate, but I'll let the dealership know. That's about it for the inside and outside of this beautiful 2024 Toyota RAV4 Prime SE. It is a really loaded vehicle at around the $44,000 price point, especially considering a 5.5 second 0 to 60 time. And speaking of that, let's take this 2024 Toyota RAV4 Prime SE out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Prime SE. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions: the brakes feel really good with this regenerative braking system. You barely need to apply any pressure. Throttle response is also really good with this hybrid setup. Lean into about a third of the way. Really good response. Motor kicks in. Check out the ride quality over these train tracks. Really soft. These 60 series sidewalls do a great job of limiting what you feel through the road. You can try it out in eco mode, see what changes up. Definitely a lot less feeling through the throttle pedal, but you still get up and go with no problem. So for daily driving, if you're really trying to conserve some fuel, eco mode or pure EV, which you get about 40 miles of pure EV range here, those would probably be your best bet. So if you have about a 15-mile commute or less to work, you may not even need to use gas in this car. Passing power in eco mode doesn't feel as strong, but still gets up and goes with no problem. Let's try it out in sport mode, see what changes up. Slow down a little bit. Steering gets a little bit tighter, about half throttle. Definitely more responsive, and it gets up and goes really good. We'll lean into a little bit more once we get out onto the highway, but in the meantime, it's quick, quiet, and it feels really well balanced. You can take a step out here. Barely even need to apply any brake pressure because of the regenerative braking, throwing it in quicker than we should. Good handling on the gas. Yeah, feels strong. Again, it's not blowing you away, but 0 to 60, 5.5 seconds. That's competing with SUVs starting $10,000, $15,000 above what we have here. Steering in sport mode feels very good, surprisingly good. And on the gas one more time. Wow, good response. We catch up quickly, and that hybrid gives you an immediate boost as soon as you touch that accelerator pedal. And on concrete pavement, very limited amount of road noise brought back into this cabin. Good visibility on the side. This glass over here in the corner, I'm not quite sure if you can pick it up on camera, helps us a little bit. Passing power is just about effortless when you're in sport mode. I wouldn't recommend leaving it in sport mode because if you're buying a plug-in hybrid SUV, you're probably trying to conserve fuel. So let's just leave it in normal mode for now. That was the mode we started in, and probably the mode we will end in. And the steering immediately gets a little bit lighter. The throttle gets a little bit less sensitive, but it's a perfect balance. Eco mode is a little bit too dull, and normal mode gives you a good amount of bite. This is where you'll be averaging your 30 to 35 mpgs or 94 mpge. And not sure if it translates on camera, but at highway speed on concrete pavement, very limited amount of road noise, and these dual pane windows limit the wind noise tremendously. All right, guys, taking a step out here, normal mode, light throttle, very smooth, this electronic CVT transmission. We'll take a step out here, lean into it one more time, and then wrap things up. But overall, guys, if you're looking for a more efficient way into a quick SUV that's spacious, at around the $44,000, $45,000 price point, this thing gives you a lot for the money. About half throttle, great response, engine kicks in, and we pick up speed really quickly. Again, if you're looking for a spacious, efficient, and quick SUV under around the $50,000 price point, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2024 RAV4 Prime SE. And you can check out the XSE too. It gives you leather for about $2,500, $3,000 more. It gives you leather and just a more premium feeling interior. And a big thanks to T and the rest of the management and staff here at Toyota of Tampa Bay for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for T. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.